WSC the third, you know this guy. Justin Bieber doesn't have to act like a douche, he says. I said Justin Bieber's being a douche, and Khem just said he makes $55 million a year. You run out of shit to do.
No, that's not what I said. You said, why can't he tell by the public's response that he's not being liked? And I said, well, if he's making $55 million a year, he could toss the negative response as, these are just haters and they're going to hate no matter what. And I'm sure the 55 millions in sales, those people are telling him everything's okay.
Well, this person says
and he's a child.
This person says his former girlfriend Selena Gomez is as famous and busy as he is. She doesn't act like that.
I don't know how she was raised. I don't know how her parents were towards.
But what do you mean? You don't know Justin Bieber, how he was raised?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying a 19-year-old who behaves that well, maybe you have a point.
In 19
edit.
There's plenty of 19-year-olds that are getting. Here's something I hear a lot, and it drives me crazy. 19 isn't so young. 22 isn't so young. We say on the show you're not an adult until you're 25. To me, you know, you're living on your own, you're living life, that kind of thing. People are more exciting to talk to me if you're over 25. But you still have to act adult. I know 19-year-olds in the military, overseas with weapons. I know many people that start getting their life together at 19. 19 isn't so young. We have interns that fuck up royally sometimes, and they'll go, I guess they're kids. And I'm like, no. What did you do when you were this age? What did I do when I was this age? Even if I was a fuck up and that kind of thing, I was at work, I was on time. When I go into McDonald's, I get treated like shit. People go, Keith, they're kids. You still had a responsibility and you did it. 19 is not so young. You start college.
19, you definitely have responsibility and you have to get a sense of adulthood. However, you were a fuck up, Keith, when you were 19 years old.
I was in the military when I was 19 years old.
You were still a fuck up. You were licking banana peels because somebody told you to do it because you might get high. You were still a fuck up. Just because the army was leading you into certain places because they can, because you signed up for this thing, and college does a similar thing to people. You're still drinking too much. You're still fucking your shit up. You still don't understand your sense of responsibility. You have it. You're starting to get it. You will be punished more harshly than somebody who's under 18, for example, but that does not mean that you don't make these really asinine mistakes that you don't see how much responsibility that is given to you, and you don't see how much of a fuck up that is. So when they fuck up, when I say, they're kids, I'm not saying, they're kids and they shouldn't be able to do it. They should be able to do it. They should wake up. And hopefully when we say, hey, this is getting fucked up, they're learning. But their learning process is still young and it's still new. And you were a fuck up when you were 19.
Me and Justin Bieber fucking up the same?
No, but you didn't have $55 million a year to fuck up with. You didn't have the same, but you were fucking up royally. You weren't always going to work on time. You were getting away with whatever you wanted to as much as you can. You were starting to drink. You were starting to do drugs. You did not have the sense of responsibility that you do now. You didn't even know what that sense was because it was so new. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be responsible for the things that they do and the actions that they take. I'm saying that they don't necessarily fully understand and grasp the sense of responsibility that they're supposed to have.
Let's go to the people and see who is correct. Justin Bieber is acting like a douche. Here are your choices on the poll. It's his fault. It's not his fault. 89% say it's his fault. Of course it is.
It is. I mean, I voted that. I voted it's not his fault, but I don't mean he just completely gets no blame for the way he responds. I just meant that I think there's a lot of negativity pushed on that kid, and had he lived a different kind of life, he might be a different human being.
I disagree. We already have the poll, but that could be another one. What if he?
I don't want to do.
If he lived a different, I can't believe I'm talking about Justin Bieber so much. But I guarantee, if he wasn't famous, he'd be a prick just the same.
To me, it's like nature versus nurture. I think they're both, depending on your personality, is how much that affects you.
I think Usher is a horrible role model. Then
definitely,
he did a very bad job with this kid. That's what I'm saying.